I told you I'm here to get it, cause baby I'm in my prime. So if you want it, come with it, nobody dimming my shine. Been a long time, homie, since I first got down. Still on top of my game, forever play to the crowd. When I'm in front of a mic and I'm in the spotlight, the Gridiron, man, we taking y'all on a flight. Always coming for the hardcore, this is what I work for. Got 'em feeling for some more, they yelling encore. Verbally, I'm bringing heat to the streets. The flames spit on my squad, nothing but winners, and you'll never see a quitter. Cause adversity is part of the plan. Just as sure as you go, always bob your head to the jam. So turn your volume up, you can see me up on your screen. Kicking knowledge like you need it, y'all some football fiends. Bringing heat at 100, we the realest around. Welcome to the Gridiron, baby, it's going down now. Like the music buzzing and amps. When I hit the end zone, fans are rocking the stands. Cause I'm an all-be known until the break of the dawn. Not Zeke, but I'ma eat the way I'm seeing the film. It's the battle hymn, homie, gonna bang in your ear. And when they hear it, they gon' know the Kings is here. All-be known until the break of the dawn. Not Zeke, but I'ma eat the way I'm seeing the film. I'm here to get mine, never gonna dwell on the past. Always moving forward, I won't take my foot off the gas. And I'm ready for the battle and whatever may come. I fight from up in the saddle, go and beat that war drum. If you want some, get some, wicked about to get dumb. Got the crowd getting loud, everybody heads sprung. Hitting hard and coming stronger like a buck from a cage. Like Micah, I'm a lion busting out of my cage. Cause y'all ain't holding me now, I'll break your bury you down. Go and check your books, cause there ain't no play to be found. They can counter what I'm bringing, you ain't figure me out. Hitting suckers from their gut to their chest and their mouth. And now we steady climbing up to the top. You trying to get on our level, they watch your ass get dropped. Yo, it's your boy on the track, the OG double G. I'm rolling with the heavy hitter, yeah, that's Jersey the King. Let's get it.
Afternoon, good morning, happy Saturday, and welcome to the Gridiron, live on Fuel Sports Network. I am one of your hosts, Kevin Jersey the King Womble, and joining me today, once again, for the second week in a row, my boy, my dog, Anthony Mazzoni. What's going on, brother?
Oh,
What's going on?
Typical Saturday. It's hot out here where I live, so I'm inside this week.
Hey, I feel it. It's blazing out here every day. We're about to be reaching 115 this upcoming week, so it's gonna be hot, man. So I definitely feel you. Vegas is baking right now. It is baking out here.
Let's get 118 out here.
Sheesh, it's a sauna out here. It's a sauna out there. Hey, it is what it is. Gabe, unfortunately, may not be joining us today because he had a family engagement to handle, and he may not be home in time to be on the show today. So I hope everything is okay. I hope everything goes well, Gabe. And, we keep you in our prayers like always. And if anything, we will see you next week, my brother. But prayers and thoughts go out to you, and I hope everything is okay for sure. With that being said, Anthony, we got some football to talk about today because it's been some news. It's been some news. But first, before anything, there is some breaking news. Like there is legit breaking news.
Breaking news.
I am sad to even have to say this, but Kyrie Jackson, fourth round pick of the Vikings this year.
Yeah.
has died in a car crash.
Oh, that's really sad. Like, kid finally made his dream, and wow, I
He
feel
was
sorry.
about to quit football.
My thoughts and
Yeah.
first about his family and his friends. Like that dude. Wow.
24 years old. Man. Ooh, there's a bad echo.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's me or
It could be your microphone, sir.
could be my mic.
Yes.
It
Try unplugging it.
Trust me.
Try and unplugging it and plugging it back in. We were having some feedback. There we go. That's better. All right.
Better?
Now, yeah, there we go. And we can hear you better. There we go. No echo
awesome.
or feedback for me. All right. So yeah, that's the breaking news. Kyrie Jackson, Vikings 4th round pick in the 2024 draft, and former Oregon cornerback has passed away in a car crash today. That is very, very unfortunate. He was 24 years old, man.
It's unfortunate whenever any young person passes away, especially one who finally got to make it and live their dream.
Right, and he never even got to step on the football field.
No,
that's sad.
It is.
That's sad.
Oh,
that's a hurt piece.
That's always a fun way to begin a Saturday.
Yeah, but I had to, let that news be known. But thank you everybody who are tuning in, and thank you everyone who will be filing in here soon. I know how it goes, but yeah, again, breaking news directly from being reported from Adam Schefter and ESPN and the Minnesota Vikings themselves.
That
this season's 2024 4th round overall draft pick of the Vikings passed away in a car crash. His name was Kyrie Jackson. He was 24 years old. Rest in peace to that young man. And my condolences to him and his family, and his loved ones and his close friends and everyone in the Minnesota Vikings organization, everyone in the Oregon College program
organization as well. Yeah.
Just
wow.
My condolences to all of y'all. I really know this hurts today. It hurts hard. I know it does. So my condolences to you guys. I just wish we didn't have to start this Saturday off like this, but unfortunately, I just had to let that news be known. So with that being said, let's get into some football talk. But before that, make sure you guys go and follow the Gridiron on all social media platforms. Subscribe on YouTube, of course. The Gridiron on X, The Gridiron Show on Facebook, The Gridiron Show on YouTube. You can subscribe there. On IG, on Instagram, it's The Gridiron Show without the second show at the end. On TikTok, it's The Gridiron Show. And on Spotify, on Spotify, which is fire, it's The Gridiron. So make sure you guys go and check it out. Now, the UFL showcases are coming up. We got 2 of them coming up in July. 3 of them, actually. 4 of them, actually. Sorry. We got 4 coming up soon. First one starts next Friday. In St. Louis. Coach Beck said he will be there. So make sure you guys are available. For all you media people out there, make sure you guys are available for showcases, and if possible, and fans, if they are allowing the showcases to be open to fans, make sure you guys go and fill it up, man. Go and root these guys on and check out these guys trying out for the team. And then right after that, 2 days later in Washington D.C., you got the Washington showcase at 7 a.m. at the University of Maryland. The St. Louis showcase will be at Missouri Baptist University. So make sure you guys are tuning in and sticking with checking in with the UFL's social media pages so you can stay tuned with all that. Now, this is interesting to me. The UFL announced that they have enshrined Adrian Martinez's game worn UFL championship jersey into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And it is on display at the Pro Football Hall of Fame now. Like, literally. Look at this. It's there. They put it in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Like, don't get me wrong. I've been rooting for Adrian Martinez all season long. I've been telling everybody about Adrian Martinez all season long. I told y'all he was going to do good things. I actually said great things, and he did great things. But, but to put his jersey in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, I mean, does he deserve that?
I don't know about that. I mean, he was a great college. He's a great college player. I remember playing at, was it Nebraska?
He started at Nebraska and then transferred to K-State and went to Kansas State. And that's where he ended his career. He ultimately did not get drafted, if I'm not mistaken. And
I think he went undrafted.
He went undrafted and then was released or waived. And then ended up with the New Jersey Generals. And then last year, and then this past season, he was with the Birmingham Stallions. So that's literally his professional career.
I mean, it's cool that the UFL the UFL has a player's jersey in the Hall of Fame now. I mean, that does give you more brand recognition, but I don't know if it was necessary. Like,
because if that was the case, why isn't Luis Perez's jersey in there? He's the best damn quarterback. He should have been there first. In spring football, his track record in spring football alone should have his jersey there before Adrian Martinez's. And I'm a big Adrian Martinez guy, but I'm also a huge Luis Perez guy. I'm a big Luis Perez guy. He was originally, on the Vegas Vipers in the 2023 XFL season. Just had a horrible coach in Rod Woodson. We're not going to get into that, crybaby Woodson. Y'all know how I feel about crybaby Woodson. They know how I feel about crybaby Woodson. And I'm telling you, like, I complained about Rod Woodson whining on the sideline, being mad at his offensive coordinator and all this other stuff for decisions that he was making. It was just nuts. The 2023 XFL season for the Vegas Vipers was just nuts. And I put that all on the decision to hire Rod Woodson as the head coach. So, yeah. But, though, I'm a big Luis Perez guy, and I feel that Luis Perez's jersey should be in the Hall of Fame before Adrian Martinez's jersey. Like, come on now. That's just like a slap in the face to the success that this man has had in spring football. Like, in the 2023 XFL season, he took a 4-6 team
to the championship game.
To the championship and won it. So it's like, okay, why? No, you're good. Hit. Never apologize for being late, man. I appreciate you being here. But my thing is, why is his jersey on display after one championship?
It almost feels like a participation trophy at this point.
You know what I mean? Like, you're giving him all this recognition, but you're giving him all this recognition after one championship. Like, don't get me wrong, he had a very good season, but after one championship and one professional football MVP, just saying.
I mean, if you're going to do that, as you stated, Luis Perez took a 4-6 team and won a championship game with them. Why isn't his jersey on display? That's actually very impressive to take a team 2 games below 500 and then win it all. Especially when you're facing the league reigning MVP, I mean, I don't know if they played Adrian McCarron or not. I'm not gonna talk.
No, they played DC. They played DC. They played the Defenders in that championship game last year in the XFL, and DC was 9-1 that year or last year. They went 9-1 last year, and
then get beat by a
4-6 team.
That's
like, don't get me wrong. We all know why. It was because the defensive coordinator, Greg Williams didn't change up his game plan throughout the entire game. He just played the same way the whole entire game. And Bob Stoops and Luis Perez figured
them out.
And ate it up, ate it alive. Especially,
I mean, Bob Stoops is a good coach, though.
Yes, of course. Don't get me wrong, he is. But you got to give Reggie Barlow credit for taking a 9-1 team to the championship in his first year.
Yeah,
as a head coach, you know what I mean. So
that is impressive. Yeah, as a head coach. Yeah,
as a rookie head coach, he goes 9-1 and makes it to a championship game. So you got to give him credit as well. But my thing is this: Adrian Martinez is a really good player. Don't get me wrong. Greatness is coming his way. Greatness is eventually going to be coming his way. He has the tools, you know what I mean? He has the learning capacity. Like, he has taken in everything, like from his transformation from what I've seen from Nebraska,
right,
to K-State,
where he basically was like
New
a
Jersey.
one. Yep.
Yeah, because when he was at Nebraska, he didn't have the best arm.
No, he was also an option quarterback. Yeah,
right. Then he went to K-State, started developing an arm, using his arm and his feet, made himself more of a balanced quarterback.
Right.
Now, you give him 2 years in the spring as a backup in New Jersey. You know what I mean? Just learning, working on his mechanics, working on his ball placement, working on his throwing technique, working on everything. Then you see him get you see him get his official start in the season, and he explodes. He has a little back and forth starts with Matt Corral. He eventually wins out the job, and you see what we get, a UFL championship. So don't get me wrong. I've watched this young man develop. I've watched this young man grow. But to put his jersey in the Hall of Fame, he's not ready for that yet. He's not ready.
He kind of, this might be off subject a little bit, but his growth reminds me a lot like what Jalen did when he left Alabama and then went to Oklahoma. Went from being a one-read option quarterback to he got under the tutelage of a good offensive coordinator that knew how to develop his skills the best, and they got the most out of him. And he started to embrace himself he started to get better and more proficient as a passer.
Exactly, and that's what you're seeing with Adrian Martinez. But like I said, I just don't think he deserves to be in that. His jersey deserves to be in the Hall of Fame right now. But it is what it is. It's there. Congratulations. It is what it is. He's there. But, can't do anything about it now.
Sorry, we had to say it anyway. So,
right. You know what I mean? But let's jump into a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to get into some IFL news because it is week 17 and the playoff picture is looking kind of ready. So we got to talk about it, man. The indoor war for sure. So y'all sit back, relax, and don't go nowhere. We'll be right back after a word from our lovely sponsors here at Fuel Sports Network. This is the Gridiron. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Gridiron live on Fuel Sports Network. I'm your host, Kevin JTK Womble. To my left today is Anthony Mazzoni, one of my close friends, and you already know a great football mind, so I had to bring him on and give him some love, man, and let him showcase his knowledge to you guys. You know what I mean? So, most definitely, man, happy to have you here. If you haven't already, you already know what to do. Go and download the Fuel Sports Network app on your Roku and Amazon TV and devices. That's Roku TV, Amazon TV, Roku Stick, and Amazon Fire Stick. I want to thank our lovely sponsors, W Energy Powder, Just Meat Jerky, True Victory Apparel, McDougal Bats, and Retro Royals. I want to thank you guys for sponsoring the network. We appreciate everything you do for us as well. Now, let's get back into some football. Now, we got the Adrian Martinez news out the way, and I'm okay with that. Now let's shift over to another spring football league, the Indoor War, the IFL, the Indoor Football League, one of the most successful indoor leagues to date. Uh, it's ridiculous, yo. Yo, y'all are on YouTube watching. He be trolling in the comments. That's my dog, man. I love you, bro. You're so funny. But yo, week 17 is here, and the indoor war is heating up, bro. It is heating up. I don't know if you got a chance to check out any games last week, and
No, I didn't, unfortunately.
but this Saturday, today, because we did have a Sunday game last week, and it was only one, but we have 3 Sunday games this week. So we got 7 games on the slate, y'all, with playoff implications playing a major part. Now we got Massachusetts taking on the San Antonio Gunslingers. We got Jacksonville Sharks taking on the Iowa Barnstormers. Sioux City Storm taking on Quad City Steamrollers. My Vegas Nighthawks going into San Diego, taking on the San Diego Strike Force. Frisco Fighters going down to Albuquerque, taking on the Duke City Gladiators. Northern Arizona, the Wranglers taking on the Panthers. The Bay Area Panthers going out there to the Bay Area. Well, they're also going down to San Jose as well, because that's where Bay Area actually plays. And the Tucson Sugar Scrolls are taking on the Arizona Rattlers. Now, when I say this week has major implications for the playoffs, I say that because of how close the standings are. I say that also because of how many teams have already clinched. Now, I'm going to show you guys the standings. What's going on, A Train? How are you today, sir? Thank you for tuning in. Mr. Arlington Lane, CEO of Fuel. You already know. But Daguma, I'm going to show you the standings here. We got, like I said, 3 teams that have clinched. Bay Area in the West. They're the only team in the West that have clinched, and that could change today. That could actually change today with the San Diego and Vegas game. Now we'll get to that in a second. Arizona and Northern Arizona have opportunity for making the playoffs as well, or clinching a playoff spot as well. Now on the eastern side, in the East Conference, the Green Bay Blizzard have already not only clinched a playoff berth, but they've clinched a first-round home game. So that's already done. As well as the Frisco Fighters. They've clinched a playoff berth and a first-round home game. And then with the Massachusetts Pirates, they've clinched a playoff berth. Now, the only other team that may have a chance of getting into the playoffs in the East is Quad City. And that's because they're the only other team that's close to a winning record. You know what I mean?
Right.
You see, Tulsa's 4 games below 500.
500.
Iowa's 5 games.
5.
You know,
And then Jacksonville 7, and then Sioux Falls has been eliminated.
Exactly. So they're not even in the playoffs. Duke City's been eliminated. Tucson's been eliminated. And now in the West, I think San Antonio has an opportunity, but they have to win out. You know what I mean? San Antonio's going to have to win out to get an opportunity in the playoffs. They're going to need some help from the Wranglers and the Rattlers, in my opinion, as well. But
that West is loaded.
it really, really is. And speaking of playoff scenarios, instead of us sitting here guessing, let's take a look. Now, in the West, as you see, Bay Area clinches home field with a win and can clinch the number 1 seed with a win and a Vegas loss. So they can get number 1 today. They can clinch the number 1 seed in the playoffs today.
Okay.
Vegas can clinch a playoff berth with a win and a Northern Arizona or Arizona loss. So all we have to do, Vegas, is win and hope Northern Arizona or Arizona loses. One of the two. And we finally clinch our playoff berth. Then you got San Diego being able to clinch a playoff berth with a win and a Northern Arizona or Arizona loss. So their scenario is the same as Vegas, and they play each other. So this is huge. This game is huge. Now, for the Eastern Conference, Massachusetts can clinch the number 3 seed with a win or a Quad City loss. So they don't have to win per se. It would be good for them to win, but they don't have to win. You know what I mean?
Right.
Quad City can ultimately hold their fate if they were to lose. They could lose this game and Quad City turn around and lose, and they still make the playoffs. Or, clinch 3rd seed. The number 3 seed. Now, elimination. San Antonio is eliminated with a loss or a Arizona or Northern Arizona win. Iowa is eliminated with a loss and a Quad City win. And Jacksonville is eliminated with a loss or a Quad City win. And those are your scenarios for the playoffs this week. Going into week 17, these are your playoff scenarios. This is playoff time. And I say that because going into the playoffs, these teams are playing like it's the playoffs. There's teams vying for spots, seeding right now. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. I mean, your Vegas team is they need to win out. They need to win today just so they can clinch.
Right. We not only need to win out, but we need to win out big
and
hope that for a loss or two
from either
Bay
Arizona
Area
team or yeah.
Well, yeah, that as well. But to win out because we're looking for number 1 seed. We're really hunting for that number 1 seed. It's going to be hard. We're going to need Bay Area to lose.
They'd have to lose the last 2 games
right now. They're 11-2. They'd have to lose today. Yep, we lost the second
last
match.
week too.
Yeah, we lost to them last week by 2, but earlier this season we beat them by 20 points. So when it comes down to the point differential in a tiebreaker scenario, we would have
them that.
But we would need to win out and end with the same record. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we need these next 2 games plus our last home game. And we need to win all 3. And then we need Bay Area to lose all 3. Or at least lose 2 out of 3.
Next 2. Right.
You know what I mean? And then Arizona and Northern Arizona to lose today and held the next 3 games as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
If we can get straight losses, which is going to be hard, but we're hoping for a number 1 seed, and that's what we're playing for. You know what I mean? We want to be able to host. What's going on, Mr. Predator? We want to be able to host the national championship game in Vegas. Why not?
Right.
You know what I mean? Arlington hits Mr. CEO. Man, he ain't nothing. I'm still gonna call HR on him for being too bald. Saw my reflection on his forehead. He be hating on us. Mr. Predator, what's going on, man? Welcome into the show. Thank you for tuning in.
As long as I don't catch any strays, I'm good.
Aware. If you aren't aware, Gabe is not able to join us today. He had a family engagement to take care of, and we send our thoughts and prayers out to him. It's a fool, man. But yeah, man, that's what's going on in the IFL. So San Antonio, Phil, Leo, RC, my San Antonio Gunslinger family, the fans out there in San Antonio, you guys still have a chance. You guys still have a chance to make the playoffs in your first year in the IFL. That's big. That's big.
It is.
And Bay Area is trying to repeat as champions. They're trying to go back to back. Vegas is trying to not let that happen.
Well, they're doing a good job at staying ahead of the pack right now. So,
yes, they are. They definitely are. They haven't clinched number 1 seed or home field yet, but
because I mean, they're what, game and a half up on you guys technically because you split the season series.
Yep, they are technically a game and a half up on us. We just have the bigger point spread,
right?
You know, and then in conference play, they're 3 games ahead of us.
But it looks like they've only played mostly conference games.
Right. The rest of their games are going to be non-conference more than likely. Because even today, their game against who is this? Or tomorrow, I'm sorry, their game against Northern Arizona, that's a conference game. So, you know, more than likely, the last 3 games are going to be interconference games. You know what I mean?
They're going to be facing the East.
Exactly. So there's still an opportunity for Vegas. You know what I mean? There's definitely still an opportunity for Vegas, and I'm hoping that we can see a turnaround for them. I'm excited for the IFL playoffs, man. I'm really excited for this season's playoffs, man. This is going to be so fun. This is going to be so fun, especially being able to go to a playoff game here in Henderson. Oh, man. It's going to be electric, y'all. It's going to be electric. And then we get the national championship game. It's going to be fuego. And I'm hoping Vegas makes it so I can go to the national championship game and see the Lee's Family Forum Arena packed. Packed. Yeah. Because it's going to be. It's going to be. I can feel it. I can feel it in my jellies. I can feel it in my jellies.
Hey, man, football, no matter what time of year it is always fun to watch.
It is.
Especially when it's especially when it's competitive like this, where it's like you got 5 teams in the West that are vying for a 1 or 2 seed, or for the one of the top 3 seeds. Let me correct myself there. Yeah, yes, I love football. I love it when it's like this. You're looking at like, wow, this team's got to do this. It's always fun.
Definitely, man. Definitely. We're going to take another quick commercial break. When we come back, myself and Anthony are going to get into some NFL news as well and some college football news. We got some things to talk about. But before we go to break, don't forget, the IFL National Championship game will be held in Las Vegas. Tickets are on sale right now. 2024 in Vegas. You already know how we're doing it. We're doing it big, baby. If you're a Nighthawks fan, go ahead and use that team code to get a discount, I believe, on tickets. So handle that. Handle that, y'all. We will be right back after a word from our sponsors. Keep it locked right here.
If you aren't perfect, if you've ever struggled, if you've ever failed, if you want to get better, be better, and make our world better, this is the perfect brand for you. True Victory. Founded by U.S. military veterans, True Victory is a sportswear and streetwear brand dedicated to building everyday champions on and off the field. We're a cause. Our purpose is to transform lives and elevate humanity through the power and unity of sports, positive stories, and serving others. We're dedicated to the game, the grind, and the globe. But most importantly, we're dedicated to you. That's what it means to be always true.
Welcome back to the Gridiron, live on Fuel Sports Network. Get fueled today, man. Check out www.fuelsportsnetwork.com, man. Check out the website. See what we got for you guys, what we got to offer as far as our website goes. Let us know how you think about it, man. We'd love to get some feedback. You know, it's still under construction. We're still doing some edits and things of that nature, but definitely let us know how you think, what you think about everything. And make sure you use all the discount codes you see on our sponsor commercials as well, and get your discounts for all of our lovely sponsors and their products. So hit real quick. Hit. It is episode 69, but we're not retiring. Just saying. Okay. We're not retiring.
We're not Gronk.
We're going to number 100 and beyond. Just saying. Now, latest NFL news aside from the breaking news this morning. There's been a couple signings, nothing too big, like no major splashes in my opinion. Have anything caught your eye?
The fact that Tua still hasn't got his contract, and every single Dolphins fan I know that is a big fan of Tua is just yeah, I'm not gonna get on that subject that much, but
yeah, they're
I'll
irate.
touch on it.
They're definitely.
I'll
irate.
touch on the Tua's. I want to touch on that for just 1 second because I am a Dolphins fan, but I think Tua's worth money. I just don't think he's worth 55 million, 56 million. Had he had a playoff win like Trevor Lawrence, he'd be worth the money because he's shown he can win the playoffs. Being a regular season winner doesn't translate to being big, paid out big. As a Cowboys fan, you would understand that with Dak. You guys are paying him a lot of money
in the hole.
And now CD's talking about not wanting to resign, or he's not going to want to show up to camp because they haven't gotten a long-term contract. You guys got Micah coming up next year.
Now here's the thing. So because before you go any further, all you Cowboy fans out there, there is no definitive news whatsoever from CeeDee Lamb, his agent, any sources or anything like that stating that CeeDee Lamb is going to hold out or CeeDee Lamb is leaving and not going to re-sign. There is nothing has been stated. What CeeDee Lamb has stated is he was waiting to see what Justin Jefferson got to decide how much he is willing to take from the Cowboys. So yeah, that's the thing. We're waiting on Jerry.
Good luck with
Jerry
that.
has to make him an offer. And as we know, Jerry likes to always do things in a big way. He's been this way for centuries. Just saying, he's been that way for decades. I should say. I'm not gonna play my man. It's centuries.
Got him looking like Emperor Palpatine and stuff. Like he's just immortal this forever. He's just been very.
He's gonna be here
he's been
until
right sports
300.
He looks
He ain't
300.
never gonna be out of Dallas, bro. You know, he's never gonna leave Dallas. I'm just saying. Jerry likes to make splashes, and he always likes to do these signings right before the season, and he drops all this money on guys, and they're like, "Hey, CD got his bag, or this person got their bag, or that person got their bag." What has he done with Dak for the last several contracts? He's
He
waited
tagged him 3. He tagged him 3 times in a row.
and then waited, and then at the last minute, right before the season started, Dak gets his money.
Okay, well, Dak got that contract because after he got hurt, when he was on that MVP caliber season for the first 5 weeks before he broke his leg, yeah, and then you guys saw you fell apart without him. So at that point, Jerry had no choice. Like,
but even Zeke,
okay, but Zeke earned that contract.
No, but he did. But the way Jerry does it, he waits.
He does.
And he waits, and he makes it a big spectacle, and he gets all these voices talking here and there about this and that, and this ain't gonna work, and this person's gonna leave, and that person's gonna leave Dallas, and who would be a better fit, who would be more affordable, and then you get all these talks, and the next thing you know, Jerry says, "Here's your bag." So
I do believe CD will get paid. Like, he will get his money. They're just gonna. You guys are gonna be in cap purgatory for a while after.
Why do you think we didn't make no big moves in free agency? Because he knew he had to, but he knew he had to pay CD this year and pay Micah next year. So why do you think we went to the UFL? Why do you think we went to the UFL to get players?
Because there's actually talent in the UFL. And you
that
actually have
as well. We've had success with 2 players, Kevontae Turpin and Brandon Automatic Aubrey. Never forget to say Automatic when you say his name.
Yeah. So I mean, don't get me wrong. You're right. Jerry does like to make a spectacle out of this. Okay, but then Dak's contract's up at the end of this year as well. He's 160.
Bye, Dak.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. It's like,
bye, Dak.
Is he worth? He's not worth $60 million. Like.
Nope. Bye, Dak.
One playoff win.
Win us a Super Bowl. Win us a Super Bowl this year. Get to the NFC
Championship game at least.
Then you can have your money. And we can work some shit out.
Then you'd be worth it, because at that point in time, you're worth $60 million. Like, if we're judging a quarterback position, if we're going to judge a quarterback position, and it's all based on Super Bowl wins, playoff wins, like
he don't have either.
He's got one
playoff wild card win, and it's
he has as many playoff. He has as many playoff wins as Jordan Love does,
and that's why I call him divisional round Dak. # divisional round Dak, because you cannot get out of the divisional round.
Again, I understand that feeling, because as a Dolphins fan, we're going to be dealing with that here soon too. So, yeah.
Now In other news, the Bears are granting defensive back Jonathan Owens, boyfriend, fiance, husband, I believe, of Simone Biles, time off from training camp, so he can watch Simone Biles in the Paris Olympics. He's actually going to go to the Olympics. As you see, Simone said the Bears are actually granting him a couple of days off from training camp, so he'll be there in Paris with her. So that's pretty dope, man. Shout out to the Bears for doing that, man. That's huge. That's mad respect to the Bears for that, man. I got to give them mad love for that. I dig that for sure. Other news. This is crazy. Former 49ers safety Tayshaun Gibson has been suspended 6 games for performance-enhancing drugs violation.
Ooh.
Like, dude, what are we doing?
Explains why San Francisco got to the Super Bowl.
Like, this is 2024, bro. Who's still using PEDs?
That guy, clearly.
Like, come on. What are we doing? You know you're going to get caught. The NFL did not play that. They are not playing around no more. as much scrutiny as they gotten about it, especially back in the day with guys juicing and speculation of guys juicing and all this other stuff. Why do it now? Why do you need to juice? What are you doing?
Trying to get that extra edge, man.
Work harder. Train harder.
Clearly it's not enough for him.
You know what I mean? He's like, man, I ain't trying to work that hard.
He's like, bro. He's like, I've been in the league like 10 years. Like, I've worked hard enough. I just need a little bit of competitive edge
with the same regiment, right? I want to stick with the same regiment. I'm gonna just boost it like this. The heck with it.
Let me call A-Rod's doctor. Let me call Alex Rodriguez's doctor real quick.
Yo, you know what I mean? Where's Barry Bonds' doctor when you need him? So, it just baffles me that these guys are still juicing, man, and getting caught, and then wondering why they're getting suspended. Like, you've got to be a complete fool. Real quick, all my Cowboy fans out there. Our training camp schedule has been released, and you can attend open practices before the preseason. As you see, there's a bunch of open practices that you are able to attend. There's a scrimmage versus the Rams. They're August 8th, so this is July. Starting July 25th, we'll have open practices. And you'll be able to attend those open practices as fans. So shout out to the Cowboys for opening up all these open practices to fans and allowing, the scrimmages to be viewed by fans and things like that, man. That's really, really dope that they do that. I think all teams do that. But, for Cowboys fans to be able to be around that environment, it's second to none, man. Second to none. We got the opening ceremony. We got open practice with the DCC dance clinic and stuff. So there's a lot going on with that, man. So Cowboy fans, go enjoy. I can't make it to any of that because I'm not in Dallas or Arlington. So it is what it is. But real quick, let's jump into this. Now, I want to know your feelings on how this format is set up. We got first round playoff round where you see we got 4 games.
So 8 teams.
Mm-hmm. Then we've got the playoff quarterfinals.
Just 4
with
games.
Another 4 games. And then we've got the semifinals. Then the national championship. And then you see the national championship is until damn near the end of January.
Wow, they changed it up a lot.
So you're getting a month of college football playoffs. Football.
Yeah.
Isn't that like March Madness?
Almost. That's close.
It's close. I feel they should have did it earlier in December.
I think they should have probably started about mid-December. Either start the season sooner or cut some games out. But
right.
I'll take a month of it. A month's a month
like
either way, right?
Right. I like the month. Don't get me wrong. I like the month. We're gonna skip this last commercial break, y'all, because we want to get into this and fan mail. But I like the month of having college football and having playoff college football for a whole entire month. But I agree. I think it should be, because I think having national championship at the beginning of January is just custom. We're accustomed to it. You know what I mean? And you take the March Madness approach. You just do it in December. You know what I mean? And do December Madness or December Gridiron in December or something. Because it's football. You know what I mean? But CFP in December or something. They can make up some
catchy title, yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? But I do agree. Having that month of football is awesome. It's going to be awesome. Having that month of college football playoff is going to be awesome. Back-to-back
I mean,
games on, well, 2 games on 2 days.
yeah.
Wait,
Friday, December 20th, you got the one game, and then Saturday
3
that is
games. 3 games.
3
I'm sorry.
games.
Saturdays, 3 games.
Yep.
And then they're doing the
Same
same thing with the playoff quarterfinals.
quarterfinal.
They'll have 1 game on Tuesday and then 3 games on Wednesday. Gotcha. Okay. And then they split it to 2 days with the semifinals. One on Thursday, one on Friday, and then Monday the 20th, they'll have the national championship on Martin Luther King's birthday.
They're almost doing it kind of
That's-
like how the NFL does their playoff system, where they got that 2-week break in between the conference championship game and the Super Bowl, or in this case, the Cotton Bowl and the Capital One Bowl, or in the Orange Bowl between the national championship. So I like how they set it up. I just feel they should possibly start it a little sooner.
Yeah, that's it. That's my only gripe with it. And then when they move to 24 teams, then it'll make more sense that it ends in, closer to February.
Yeah, because you're gonna have a lot more teams playing.
Exactly. You'll be able to have the same length in season. You just would have to start it earlier. That's it. You know what I mean? You'd have to literally start it before
December.
Before August. You'd literally have to start the season or at the beginning of August and not September.
Yeah, instead of it starting a week or 2 before the NFL, you just start a whole month.
A whole month, yeah.
While the NFL's in preseason and training camp, you're getting all these college players on the field. That's going to get more attention on the NCAA. I'd rather watch college football than preseason football. Just saying.
I feel you. I definitely feel you. What are your thoughts on that, guys, in the chat? What are your thoughts on it? Let me know. You can hit me up on Facebook. Just post it on my page. It doesn't matter. Kevin Wumble Jr. Hit me up, or you can do it on the Gridirons page. Just let us know what you guys feel about the college football playoff format and having a month of college football. You know what I mean? Having a month of playoff college football, I should say. Let us know. I want to hear from you guys, and we'll discuss it next week on the show. But now, y'all know it's my favorite time, y'all. It's my favorite time of the show. It's my favorite time of the show. Yeah, my favorite time of the show. Mail time, right at the end. All right. Hit ask. Do you think football players that are paid should be locked into a certain amount in their contract until they prove they are worth a certain amount, or should it stay how it is, basically, in layman's terms?
Well, football contracts are based on previous performance. Prime example, Zeke Elliott. Like he outperformed his rookie contract, earned the money that Jerry had paid him, and then after he got the big contract, like most running backs, they start to regress. But at that point, you figure Zeke had earned that money. Like he was the Cowboys' offense for 4 years. So same thing. It's. I don't think it should be based. I don't think your current contract should be based on performance. It should be based on what you did for the team prior. But that's also based on positions. Each position's different. A running back isn't going to get the same. How do I put this? Isn't going to get their contract isn't going to be based off wins and losses. It's going to be based off numbers. Where a quarterback, it's going to be based on how many wins have you gotten in the regular season? What are your regular season numbers? Playoff wins, championship appearances, and Super Bowls.
And then your stats.
And then your stats. Like, yeah, exactly. Then your stats. So it's all based on position. Like for instance, I'm glad Justin Jefferson got that money. I'm glad he
deserved it.
He deserved it. Like him and CeeDee Lamb have been the 2 best receivers over the last 5 years.
Yep.
I mean, Justin Jefferson went for last year's a prime example. How many different quarterbacks did he have after Kirk Cousins got hurt? And he still balled out.
And then look what CD has done. Look what Jamar Chase is doing. Look what some of these guys. Look what Tyreek Hill is doing. You know what I mean? He's going to be earning a big contract again. and the way the market has been reset by Justin Jefferson, now it's time for wide receivers to get paid, but it's also time for running backs to get paid again because Christian McCaffrey done reset the market for running backs. So now you're going to be getting running backs more money again. Now more skilled position players are going to be getting bigger contracts, and it's the players who have earned those contracts. So like in a Travis way, Kelce. I feel it's just stay the way it is because it is. But then again, it should be looked at a different way. It should be looked at for what they're worth. Are you going to be able to do this for the next 2-3 years after we give you this 2-3 year contract, this 4-year deal? Are you going to be able to compete at this same high level for those next 3-4 years? You know what I mean? That's what it should ultimately come down to when it comes to getting these big contracts. Can you continue this same level of play over the course of this extension?
One way you can combat that. One way they could combat that though is either making the contract top heavy up front or front loaded or back loaded. This way, right? You're not. Either way, you're paying for it all up front, and even if they don't perform after that first or second year, you're not paying them much that back end, or you don't pay them anything up front, and then you kind of Manny Machado them, and then end up owing them a bunch of money in the back.
Yeah, be a whole nother Bobby Bonilla situation where the Mets are still paying them millions. He's retired and everything, and the Mets are still having to pay this man. Oh,
man, that's Tom Brady with the Bucks. That's gonna be Dak with the Cowboys if they extend him. Man, like I think Tom Brady's still. I think Tom Brady's making money for the next 3 or 4 years off the Buccaneers.
I think so too.
And he's retired.
So there you go, Hit. In a way, it should stay the same, but some certain factors should definitely change and play a major part in these contracts and these big money deals, especially. So there you go. Now let's move on to off topic real quick. Ooh, I like this. As gamers, do you think the term pay to win is being thrown around too much to where it's losing its meaning?
No, because a lot of your free games now are pay to win or pay to advance. It's all about microtransactions. Yeah. It's not really about, they'll put out a free game and it might be good, but in order to get past certain things, you're gonna have to get past that paywall.
Or this one, Goomba, you love this one. We love this one. You give us a free game, give us a bunch of stuff with it that we're able to do, and it's just like an experiment, right? And then the game takes off, and then next thing you know, a ton of microtransactions start coming. Get an update for the game. And then you go and look at the game. You're like, oh, there's a new shop. Oh, there's money.
Oh, you want $100 for this? Like, no.
And I only get this amount? Are you crazy? Are you nuts?
It's like, how's your math work here? Because I like to know your format and system, so this way I know where your logic is coming from. Like, but no, I mean, it's not. I don't think it's being thrown around too much. I think that too many companies are doing it. Like EA is a big one.
Yeah,
I remember when Madden games were good. I remember Madden was actually good before they were like, hey, Ultimate Team and microtransactions. It's like, thanks,
yes,
EA.
Sir.
Let's just ruin franchise mode. I mean, 2K is not much better with their VC, but at least 2K puts out a decent product.
True. Very, very true. I'm excited for NCAA, the new NCAA game, college football 25. It's going to be pretty dope.
I'm gonna wait on that one.
I've seen some gameplay. I'm excited for it. I'm definitely am. But that's gonna do it for mail time, y'all. No, go ahead. You can say what you were about to say, but I'm just excited for it.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, as far as the college football game goes, I'm gonna hold off on it because EA Sports does not have a good track record of putting out good stuff at launch. Madden 24,
true.
Madden 23, true. Madden 22. I can keep going on about Madden games, but
right, we definitely.
I'm really what that game has as far as like promise and potential. I love they put abilities in there. It's gonna make the game more fun, but I don't think it's gonna be good at launch. It's probably gonna take a minute before they get it all fixed.
I feel you on that because they do have issues with their games coming out at launch and being finicky, a little finicky. So
And
we gonna see. I'm a pre-order it just because you know me. I like to get all the free stuff that comes with the pre-order. And if something's wrong with the game, I'll be able to tell you. You know what I mean? And
I'm
then
just gonna
I'll
watch you
wait.
stream
I'll
it.
put the game on the shelf. You know what I mean? I'll put the game on the shelf until that update. And then once that update comes, I'm back on it. You know what I mean? Or I'll just play
God,
Road to the Show or Road to Glory. You know what I mean? I'll just play the Road to Glory mode and just build my character up and go from
are
there.
they putting that? Are they putting that in this one?
Yeah.
I heard they weren't. I heard they were taking that feature out.
What? Oh, I gotta
Yeah,
do
I heard
some
that.
research. We gotta do
I
some
heard they're
research.
taking.
Oh my
I heard they're
goodness.
taking the Road to Glory out, and it's gonna. I bet you they're gonna switch it like an Ultimate Team, and then they're gonna be like they'll microtransact you to
No,
death with that, with all the
no,
Heisman winners.
no. You can. There is
No.
gonna be a career mode. There is gonna be a career mode. The difference
Oh,
is, you know how you were able back in the day when there was NCAA football,
yeah,
you were able
yeah,
to import the draft class from NCAA to Madden.
yeah.
There's no importing the draft class. You can only import your player.
So it's like college football
Yep.
14 again.
Yeah. Where
I only
you're
play.
only
I mean,
able to you are only able to import your player, not your whole entire draft class.
man, I remember playing like NCAA 09 with Madden 09 and just loading up dummy draft
Mm-hmm.
classes. Now it's
12.
like
Remember
no.
NCAA 10
Yep.
draft class was great. Just saying. Make sure you guys go and follow Fuel Sports Network on all social media platforms. It is now Fuel Sports Network everywhere except X. It is Fuel Sports Net. And on IG, it is Fuel Sports Network now as well. No longer Fuel or Fan Unite EXP. So make sure you follow Fuel. Make sure you follow the Gridiron. Make sure you go and follow the Goomba on all his social media platforms as well. And go check him out on YouTube with his gaming streams. And you know where to find me, JTK, Kevin Womble Jr., The Gridiron. You know where to find us on Facebook, YouTube, and everywhere else. We're over 2.5 minutes. Sorry, apologize. My bad. But I love y'all. I want to thank y'all for tuning into the show. Anthony, thank you again for jumping on with me and filling in for Gabe today. And again,
I
prayers
appreciate you.
out to
Come
Gabe and
on.
his family. Most definitely, man. Anytime for sure. Anytime. Love having you on, man. These past 2 episodes have been really dope having you on. I appreciate you being here. And don't go nowhere, y'all. Because this week we got a full lineup of shows. You already know. And if you would like to go back and watch all the VODs from this past week, you already know, man. It's up there on Fuel Sports Network on your Roku and Amazon TV devices. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to everyone watching and supporting Fuel. We wouldn't be where we are or who we are without y'all. I love y'all, man. We out of here till next week. This is Jersey the King. He is Anthony DeGoomba Mazzoni. This is the Gridiron. Peace out, y'all. I love y'all. Take it
Later,
easy.
guys.
Holla at ya, boy.